when you get accepted by a library for the first time, it's the first time you're working with this library, you probably are excited. If it's your first contract, obviously, and you haven't been accepted yet, you'll get excited about it. But then there'll also be this huge wave of anxiety and uncertainty that also comes along with it. And of course, that anxiety is this library going to do anything for me? Are they actually going to get me placements? Is it worth committing a lot of time and energy into putting some more, a lot more music into their catalog and regularly contributing to them? I'm going to tell you guys a little quick story about a library that I partnered with. I think it was 2014. They actually reached out to me. I did not reach out to them. They heard about me through a contact in the industry. It starts to happen once you get further and further into this business. People start to pass your name around, and you will start getting emails and phone calls from new people who want to start licensing your music. It happens to me all the time. But this was a new library, fairly new. They'd been around for about a year or two. Great relationships, and I had known somebody that had worked with them and gotten some good placements through them. And they reached out to me and said, hey, we'd love to start working with you, and we've heard you've got some great music. What do you got available? Here's what we're looking for, and let's get started, right? So based on the track record that I knew about them, I decided to jump all in. Now, I think I had put together 20 songs in the beginning, which took me about a month or two to do. So it was quite a bit of work, but I, wanted to on day one, or at least on month one, really blow them away and say, hey, I'm going to be your inner circle guy, right? You trusted me, you gave me a sort of chance here with your company, and I want you to know that when you need music, especially in my styles, you can come right to me, and I'm delivering heavy. Like, I want you guys to know that I am a workhorse. I'm a production beast, and you can always count on me for new music if you need to. Now, fast forward a couple of months, I constantly was supplying them the music and didn't hear about any placements. I didn't hear any sort of news or updates about what was going on. And so that's when that kind of anxiety started to build in me. So if you guys have felt that way, I've been in the same boat. So here's what I can say. Number one, there are no guarantees in life, right? So, and there obviously are no guarantees in the sync licensing business. Even if you get accepted by one of the top A-list libraries out there, does that guarantee you're going to get a lot of placements? No. You might have a lot of tracks accepted. They could sit on the shelf and maybe not fly off the shelf, and other composers do get the placements. That might not even be because you don't have great music. You might have really great, high quality, licensable, applicable music for that library. But maybe this season, for the next couple of months, they've got reality shows that need only hip hop, and that's their focus for the next 4 months. And you're doing Americana country, right? Your tracks just aren't applicable right now. They're just not relevant to who they're pitching to and what kind of track. It doesn't mean that next year they won't have maybe some commercials or some other promos that are going to need your style, but maybe just for this season, your sound isn't in. Your sound isn't in demand. So there are so many factors that go into whether or not your tracks are getting placed. That's why that's one of those things where all you can do is control high quality, what you can really put into your music, making sure that they're very high quality, licensable, and obviously doing your research on who you submit your tracks to. This is why I put together Sync Edge, because I think a lot of composers just think, I just need to get connected with any music library, right? I make rock music, let me just get my music out there into a library, then I'll see the placements. Well, what if you're submitting to a company that it might have some rock, right? But they don't have a lot of clients that look like they're using a lot of rock music. Didn't really do much for you. You might have gotten that acceptance email, maybe some consideration fees in your pocket, but you want to do this long term, right? You want placements. You need those placements if you want to start building up that back end catalog. So Sync Edge obviously can help you guys partner with the right library, the one that could be most applicable for you. That's why I have those recommended genres. This library really could use X genre or Y genre because here's their clients, here's what they're doing. That's my analysis that you guys are getting with that, okay? But even if you want to do that on your own, that's fine. Do it and do that research, okay? That is that one of the kind of things that, if you don't do this research and go spend 6 months throwing a whole bunch of Americana country music into a catalog that's only really hip hop and urban based, they might be accepting your tracks just because, somewhere down the road we might need that kind of music or we think it's cool, but maybe they don't have anything right now. You got to look out for you, okay? What is going to really get you those placements as soon as possible? So the one thing, though, obviously without any guarantees, the one thing you can do is obviously talk directly to your library and just tell them, hey, can you guys give me any indication or any ideas or any updates as far as what my music is being shopped for, what you guys are looking for right now, what kind of projects are coming through? Basically, how close into the inner circle can I get here in terms of making sure that whatever I'm going to be giving you guys for the coming weeks and months is the most applicable for the opportunities that you guys have in front of you. That's the conversation that you should be having with your library, okay? That's what's going to basically dramatically improve your odds of getting placements, is being in constant communication, right? Sometimes the library won't be as, forthcoming to come and talk to you every single week and tell you what's going on in their world. Sometimes you have to take the initiative to say, hey, what are you guys working on right now? What do you guys need? I'm thinking about putting together an album. I want to make sure it's really useful for you guys, that you guys can really get a lot of benefit from it, right? This is the service mindset. Most producers don't have it. They're just thinking, what do I want to make? I want to make this music. Okay, let me just throw it out there. Let me spam a whole bunch of companies. You see the difference? There's a difference in terms of making sure your music is the most useful for the companies that you partner with. And if you can start there, that's how you can start to improve your chances of getting the most amount of placements. So talk to them. So that's what I did with this library that I was unsure of, because I hadn't heard any placements, hadn't heard any updates. And I told them, I said, guys, just want to make sure that the effort that I'm going to be pouring into your guys' catalog, I'm excited to be on the team, but I want to make sure this is going to be something that can deliver for me. So if you guys can let me know about what's happening, where we are with the music, if my tracks are being shopped, where they're being shopped, what opportunities maybe I'm in consideration for. Just give me some of those sort of, insights as to what's happening behind the scenes here, to give me that feeling of, okay, there's definitely a future here. There's going to be some placements coming through this company, okay? Once I did that with them, they started to be much more open with me about what's going on with the company, okay? Because I think libraries partner with so many different types of composers, and there's a lot of composers that just want to compose, and they're not really social, they don't want to talk to people, and they're just kind of like, I'll just send you music when I got it, and that's it. There's others that are going to be a little bit more proactive. So what you can definitely do is ask them to start giving you some insights as to what's happening in the company. The minute that started happening, the minute I started getting a lot more updates, I felt a lot more secure about it, and it was about, I think it was 9 to 12 months later when we finally got our royalties. I got some placements fairly quickly with them, and I saw those placements and I was like, boom, okay, so I'm really glad that I did commit with them, that I did start working with them. So if you're in that beginning stage, let's say you do have that anxiety, you do worry about that, you reach out to them and they don't tell you anything. Maybe they don't even respond to your request, or they just go, oh, well, we try to shop everybody's music, so just hang in there, keep giving us music. If that's good enough for you, then you can keep going with them. If it's not good enough for you, then you can maybe think about slowing down your production with them and going with a library that'll give you a little bit more time of day, a little bit more attention than that. Usually what I've found in libraries that deliver for me is they usually communicate great. They get back to me fairly quickly within a day or two, usually within the same day. And they're not too busy to take care of me, basically. If I have some fears, I have some anxiety, I have some whatever, they're not too busy to take care of their writers. That's usually a sign of a high quality library that's getting placements, that's been in business for a while, and that will stay in business for a while. Those libraries that are just taking music from anybody and there's no service, there's no sort of like, hey, let's make sure that our team feels like they're cared for, and that they know that their music is being valued and really shopped and we're really pushing for them. If they're not doing any of that stuff and not giving you any indication that that's happening, it's probably not. It's just probably not. They probably just have a lot of music and a lot of composers, and they just aren't giving anybody really any attention like that, okay? So the chances of you getting big placements or a lot of placements with a company like that, I would just say are lower. A lot of variables that can change all of that as well. But this is the kind of stuff that I think you guys need to be aware of, especially when you sign with a new library, that it's okay. You're going to feel that way. Okay. So first of all, you'll be excited. You'll be stoked. You'll put together your first couple of albums. You might not hear about any placements, and it's obviously going to take a while before those royalties come in if you got the placements. So just know that we've all been in that boat, and we're all going to have to be in that boat when we sign with a new company. It's just a part of business. It's a part of this industry, and it's really just a part of life. So get the communication going. That's your best antidote to make sure that you're not partnering with kind of a bunk library that's not going to give you any placements or any attention. So anyways, guys, hope you found that useful. If you did, please leave a like and do subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you can get first notifications when I go live and when I post these videos twice a week, every single week.